You've been ill?
Yep. Chronic chest and heart problems. I warned him this could happen. Even tried to persuade him to retire to the sun.
What about next of kin?
I barely knew him, Mike. Mr. Ames was a very solitary man with a penchant for the horses. All I know is that he came from down south somewhere. London, I think.
You can't park that here.
Don't worry, Bernard. Joe will have it in the paddock soon enough.
I've got my customers off. This is a garage, not a fairground.
No, you're a real artist, Mr. Kidd.
Nothing less than perfection from our clients, David.
I hope that includes the horse.
Oh, lovely horse, Danny. He has his ways, mind, but so long as you give him a carrot or two, he'll come out tops. Oh, and keep him away from the Ashfordly estate.
Don't worry, it's nowhere near our route.
Yeah, Danny and his lordship's gardener don't hit it off, see. Just one of those things.
Got another booking. Mr. and Mrs. Burton.
Hear that, Joe? I'll be needing that second wagon.
Be ready before you know it.
We're on our way, Bernard. Script's roaming holidays are about to blaze a path to new horizons.
Good morning, ma'am. What can I do you for?
Is Sergeant Craddock here?
Not just yet, but you have my undivided attention.
It's all right, Tom. I'll deal with Mrs. Craddock. How are you keeping, then?
Fine, thanks, Alf. I was hoping to see Raymond.
He's at HQ this morning.
But he is still the sergeant here, isn't he?
Oh, yes. No changes.
I thought not. Could you tell him that I'm here, that I'd like to see him? He'll find me at the Webster's Hotel.
Right.
Mustn't keep you. Nice to see you again, Alf.
And you.
What brought her back, I wonder?
Well, she and Craddock are still married.
Yeah, you could call it a marriage after she took off with a fancy man. Hey, how do you think he'll take it, her showing up like this?
It's none of our business, Phil.
Yes, well, it's a sad business. He seemed a pleasant type, Mr. Ames.
I'm having trouble tracking down the next of kin.
I'm not sure I can help you there. He only ever popped in for the occasional pint.
Set him up, Gina.
Oh, you're starting early.
We're celebrating. Script's roaming holidays have just got their second booking.
Mr. Vernon reckons it's going to take off like a bomb.
Yeah, the kind that blows up in your face, knowing you lot.
A professional operation run by professionals. That's us.
It's like he said in the brochure, to boldly go where no gypsy caravan has been before.
Isn't that a con from Star Trek?
More great minds thinking alike, Gina.
Afternoon, gentlemen.
Sarge, you had a visitor today. Your wife.
Penny was here?
Yes. She wanted to see you.
Right. Thank you, Ventress.
Are you quite sure? I don't know, but I've already tried them. Right, well, thanks very much for your help.
Any joy?
Nothing. They've never heard of him, Mr. Ames.
The man who died today in Aidensfield, Mr. Ames. We need next of kin.
Sarge, we're not having very much luck there. I've tried all the local solicitors, but none of them have dealt with his affairs.
Friends, relatives?
Nothing. He retired here about 3 years ago from somewhere down south. People liked Mr. Ames, but nobody really knew him.
Right, well, you better search his house. With the due respect it deserves, Bradley. Ventress, could I have a word? This business of my wife, did she say what she wanted?
No. She just wanted to see you.
She could have written a letter, telephoned.
You'll find her at Webster's Hotel, Sarge.
Ventress, did she mention if she's... whether she's travelling alone?
No. Nothing was said about that.
Look
Raymond.
I said I'd find you in here. Are you alone, or are you waiting for somebody?
No, just me. I'm here on my own.
In that case, do you mind if I join you?
You look well. I wasn't sure you'd come.
Why did you come back, Penny?
We have unfinished business. Loose ends to tie up.
Well, you walked out. That seems pretty finished to me.
I take all the blame, Raymond.
All those years together, they meant so little to you.
They meant everything to me, but I don't expect you to believe that.
You're surprised?
Not really. But if you felt so hard done by, why didn't you divorce me?
Well, I've got more important things to do than waste my time in the divorce courts.
Yes, your work. It always was more important than anything else.
Well, my career doesn't need to concern you any longer.
You're right. I never could compete with it.
Is that why you've come back? To bicker?
No, of course not. But it is clear our marriage is over. The least I can do is offer you your freedom. If you haven't time to divorce me, I'm offering to do it for you.
Now, that's what I call really clever.
Mike, I can't explain.
Don't bother. A man coming out of the bank in Ashfordly.
Where for?
Good question. Tom, radio in and get Craddock here now.
Why? What you found?
Just do it.
All right, I'm going.
You wish to remarry, is that it?
No. I'm alone these days. He left me months ago. It was a mistake, Raymond.
I don't understand.
I have so many regrets. I'm sure it's the same for you. We need to move on in our lives, don't you think?
Sergeant Craddock, excuse me, sir. We've just had a message from PC Ventress at the police station. He needs you to return there urgently.
Right, thank you. I'm on my way. I have to go.
A pity.
We can talk again if you wish.
I'd like that.
I'm sorry, I really must go.
Yes. Duty calls.
We found the pictures, then all these. At first I thought they were photo albums.
These are the detailed plans of a raid on a works payroll.
Yeah. Banks, post offices, jewellers, times, dates, movements. Each one is a complete master plan of a serious crime.
And you say this one refers to Ashfordly?
But this one's incomplete. It's got the photograph of Ashfordly's bank together with times, dates and movements, along with the comings and goings of the chief cashier. I reckon that's him.
Yeah, this bag. That's used to carry used banknotes on their way to be taken out of circulation.
How do you know?
Well, I did escort duty once. The banks send the notes to the post office and then on the train to London for destruction.
Hello? Hello, who is it? Hung up.
Right. I want all this evidence shifted down to Ashfordly Station. I don't know what's going on here, but I want to get to the bottom of it.
Now, just be sure to keep Danny well fed and watered, and he'll be no trouble at all.
Is it just grass he eats?
You could try him on bacon and eggs, but I wouldn't advise it.
I think what my brother means is that he might appreciate the odd handful of oats now and again.
Oh, what? We make him some kind of porridge?
No. Just put it in his nose bag. He'll do the rest.
Right, I think I've got the hang of this. Can we go now?
Yes, off you go. Now, everything you need is in here. There we are. Just remember, stick to the route on the map and remember the caravan code. And you will have a Scripps roaming holiday of a lifetime.
Certainly one they'll never forget.
Thank you, dear brother, for that vote of confidence.
Walk on, then.
Anything, Ventress?
Yes, Sarge, it's confirmed. The crimes detailed in these albums are all for real.
Any idea who was behind them?
They're different in each case. Some of the villains are behind bars, but the brains behind them, the man that planned them all, he's never been caught.
Well, they know who he is.
Only by nickname, the Bookman. Well, he researches and plans the crimes, and then he flogs the ideas on to the villains who commit them. He's a bit of a legend in London, apparently.
What about Ames?
Never heard of him. And he doesn't appear to have any form, either.
Oh, well, let's see what his prints have to say. Bellamy, get down to the mortuary, will you? Take Mr. Ames's fingerprints. Send a copy to Scotland Yard. Nicholson, you can go with him.
Mortuary?
Sarge, just to be on the safe side, I've spoken to the bank. The next shipment of used notes leaves the day after tomorrow.
If these jobs are for real, what about Ashfordly?
You may well be right, Ventress, but we'll need more concrete evidence before Division takes this seriously. Bradley, do a check on all visitors to the area, will you? And Ventress, see what you can find out about the crimes that have already been committed.
Right, Sarge.
Whoa.
What's wrong?
It's a useless map. I can't for the life of me figure out which road to take.
Well, look, for goodness sake, give me that key. Oh, he's eating my hat!
What, Mr. Ames was some kind of bank robber?
Well, at this point, it's only a suspicion, and he was the brains rather than the brawn.
A retired pensioner, leading an apparently blameless life. It's very hard to believe.
Well, we can't afford to give him the benefit of the doubt, Oscar.
So, what can we do to help you, then?
Well, for now, just keep an eye on any strangers coming through. Oh, and by the way, who have you got staying here at the moment?
Well, we've got 3 B&Bs and one who came yesterday. That chap over there, Mr. Hemmings. He's here till the end of the week.
Do you know him?
Well, this is his second visit. He was here about a month ago with another fella. Here we are. Mr. Hemmings and a Mr. Shannon.
Right, what about all the others?
All regulars.
It's just not on, Mr. Scripps.
Danny is a sound horse, I assure you.
Derek bought this hat for me on our anniversary in Jersey.
Scripps Roaming Holidays will offer full compensation, Mrs. Morris.
And what happens if that animal attacks me?
Well, he won't, Mrs. Morris. I mean, Daddy only likes nice things to eat. I mean, horse things.
Well, that's settled. Now, enjoy your stop at the Horseshoe tonight. It's an award-winning pub. I know you're going to love it here. Come on, David. And in future, I'll do the talking.
Hiya.
Hey, Tom. Out for your evening stroll?
Evening stroll? Show in the uniform if you don't mind. Asking good-looking girls like you sleep safe in their beds at night.
Well, it's hard, but we try to cope.
The things we do in the name of public duty. If only you knew.
Well, you must tell me about it sometime.
I will. Whenever you want. And if you have any spare time, maybe one night this week.
Thanks, but I couldn't take you away from your work.
Don't give us time off, you know, Jenny.
We feel safer knowing you're out there battling for all the helpless females in Aidensfield.
Yes, sir? Yes, I'll do that, sir. Thank you, sir. Goodbye. division wanted to know how things are shaping up. Any news, Ventris?
Well, we're doing our best, Sarge. I've managed to get a list of all those known to have been involved with crimes planned by the Bookman.
Any of these names familiar to us?
No, they're mainly big hitters from London. But if any of those characters show up here, we'll soon know about it.
Oh, well. Here's a start, I suppose. Ventris? You knew my wife reasonably well, didn't you?
Oh, we've spoken now and then. Mainly at functions.
Yes. Penny enjoyed talking to you. She often said so.
Well, I don't have very much to say for myself. People can confuse that with being a good listener.
I remember once that she said that, you and I had a lot in common. I wonder what she meant by that.
Well, I suppose it's to do with the job. You and I spend so much of our time just being coppers.
Maybe.
Being here gets me out from under Mrs. Ventris's feet at home.
Whereas I never spent enough time at home.
Well, maybe I'm just lucky. She wants me out of the way.
Yeah. Thank you, Ventris. Hello, is that Webster's Hotel? I'd like to speak to a Mrs. Craddock, please. Thank you.
Room for two more?
Oh, yeah, sure. Can I get you ladies a drink?
No, my round. Same again?
No, I'm fine, but thanks.
GT?
Thanks.
Please, sit down.
Tricia told me you're interested in Mr. Ames. You know his contact with people outside the village?
Yes?
Well, I dropped round to see him once with some pills. He had family there, or at least that's what he said they were.
Did you get to see them?
Well, just a glimpse between opening and closing a door. A youngish bloke and a woman. And two other men were there, I think. Older men.
When was this?
A few weeks back.
I apologize for rushing off yesterday. I'm working on a most difficult case just now.
Of course.
Well, you expect me to apologize for doing my job?
All I see is that you're much better off now. A complaining, discontented wife was the last thing you needed.
Is that how you saw yourself?
I was terribly unhappy. I didn't know what to do. Discussing feelings was not exactly our style.
Well, you could have given me an explanation. I suppose he gave you everything I didn't?
It wasn't that. It was me. I'd reached the end. He just made it easier to leave. In your eyes, I didn't exist.
You were my wife, Penny. Everything I did was for us.
That's not how it felt. You had no time for me. Your frustration at being passed over for promotion, your worries about your team, your job. That's what came home to me at the end of a working day. Not the man I loved.
Bradley?
Tom had to break it down to get to the phone.
I'd say that speaks for itself, Bradley. Any injuries?
No, Sarge. Apart from a sore shoulder and Nearly get me head blown off and fine.
So, what have you found?
Nothing stolen, so it can't be burglary. I think they wanted the stuff that we'd removed.
Anxious to clear away the evidence now they know about Ames's death.
Lucky we got our hands on it first.
So what now, Sarge?
Well, we're beginning to get a feel for how these people operate. We know they're in the area. More importantly, we know they're armed and that they mean business.
Mr. Scripps, Alex Burton, my wife Linda. We phoned this morning about the caravan holiday.
My little brother Vernon is the man you're looking for.
Great. We'll be staying at the pub tonight. Is there any chance we can see the caravan before we set off?
Might be tricky. I'm afraid Vernon's a bit tied up at the moment. Why don't you try again later?
Are you sure it was Danny did all this damage?
Of course I'm sure. He must have broken free during the night, and this is the result.
I'll tell you what. Why don't you have breakfast on the company, and I'll sort out this little misunderstanding.
Mr. Vernon! I found Danny.
Where is he?
He's in the vicar's vegetable garden.
Some holiday this is.
Thanks, bye. Sarge, the fingerprints, they match those held by the yard on the Bookman. He and Walter Ames are one and the same.
Are they indeed? At last. Good work, Ventress. Any word on Ames since he came to live in the area?
No. The book, so-called, stopped circulating about 3 years ago. Word was that the Bookman had retired for good.
So why come out of retirement now after so long?
Well, Trish told me she advised Ames to move to a warmer climate. A month ago, he deposits £2 in cash. 2 weeks later, he buys this for the same amount. It's a house in the south of France.
Point being?
Well, he's taking Trish's advice. Well, if you were him, why not do one last job to cover the costs?
Well, now that Division know the identity of the Bookman, thanks to us, I expect they'll provide us with the backup we need. Also, we know there's one or more armed men in the vicinity. Thank you.
Now, is that not a horse, or isn't it?
That's what you said last time, Joe. As long as it pulls the wagon and doesn't eat everything in sight.
Oh, not Swifty. You'll find him a very sparse eater. Goes on pure goodwill.
Anything else my client should know?
He has a mind of his own, like all good horses. Stronger than most.
Well, I like Danny. Not his fault that nobody understands him.
That's something you've both got in common, David.
Two G&Ts, please.
How's your room then, Mr. Burton?
It's great. Your part of the room service even better.
And you a married man.
See, my wife doesn't understand me.
That's what they all say.
You got me all wrong, Gina.
I know. But flirting with the staff cost you extra. I'll put them on your room, shall I?
You do that.
Hey, Gina. Who is that character?
He's one of Vernon's caravan clients. He's only here for the night.
I'll take my advice. Stay away from him. He's trouble.
I think I've seen him before, Gina. A few weeks ago, he was visiting Mr. Ames and I delivered some pills there. I'm almost certain it was him.
You told Mike Bradley this?
Well, I mentioned I'd seen people at his house, but I didn't know any of them were back in the village.
Hang on. Right, you stay here. I'm going to have a snoop around.
No, I'll go. I've got to put some linen out anyway.
Right, but be careful. I wouldn't trust either of them.
I warned you, Nick. No more Jack the lad. You keep it tight shut, or you'll answer to me. I had to break cover to stop you pouncing about.
Won't happen again, Ray.
One more thing. This job tomorrow is a one-off chance to bag these notes. If you don't show up, you'd better just keep on running.
I told you I'll be there.
You better be, pal.
Well, go on, Swifty. Off you go. Well, go on, you daft thing.
What's wrong with him?
How do I know? Come on. Move it. P-Brain Animal refuses to budge.
He's registered as Mr. Parker, but his real name's Gil Shannon. He spent time at Albany, Isle of Wight, for armed robbery.
You're sure about this?
Oh, yes, Sarge, but we've been expecting him. He stayed at the Aidensfield Arms a few weeks ago, though that time he used his real name.
So our friend Mr. Shannon has worked with Ames before?
Exactly, Sarge. Now, the bloke with Shannon is called Hemmings. He's booked in at the Aidensfield Arms. It's also his second visit to the village.
Raymond!
Penny, I can't talk to you now.
Oh.
Excuse us.
I'm here on important police business.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't
Will
mean
you
to...
please listen? When I say important, I mean important.
I didn't know.
Penny, sometimes other things are more important than your feelings. That was too harsh. I'm sorry.
No, you're quite right. It was selfish of me to intrude while you're working. I'm sorry.
I apologise for that.
No harm done.
How would you like us to play it, Sarge?
Well, Shannon and Hemmings are probably the two we need, but without proof, we've got to catch them in the act. So, I'll contact Division. Bradley, you go down to the bank and the post office, and we'll proceed as planned tomorrow.
Swifty. Come on, Swifty. Swifty. Come on. Swifty. Yeah, come on. A few more yards, and it's all yours.
Oh, what's the point? Perhaps you'd like the rest of my hat.
We've got it at Scripps now.
How? The nearest telephone box is probably miles away.
Are you sure Gina got it right?
Yes, Sarge. The Burtons are definitely involved, and Hemmings was talking about a hit today. Banknotes.
Well, it confirms what we already know. Any word on Hemmings and Shannon?
Shannon checked out at Webster's Hotel this morning.
And Hemmings checked out of the Aidensfield Arms, likewise the Burtons. They've hired one of Vernon's horse-drawn caravans as cover, I'd say.
Right. Now, this is our show. Division are there as backup if we need them. So let's show them what we're made of. Any questions? Right. Good luck.
Oh, Mr. Vernon, look, it's Danny.
John, what are you playing at? I told you I didn't want to see that horse ever again.
Yeah, so you did, but what with Dancer down with a touch of the colic, it's Danny or nothing.
Mr. and Mrs. Burton, I presume.
Mr. Scripps.
Yorkshire weather, eh?
That a wagon? Can't wait to get going.
Familiar with horses, are you?
No problem. I grew up on a farm.
Oh, only this one's a replacement. His name's Danny.
Oh, don't take him near Ashfordly home.
Oh, we won't be going anywhere near civilization. Just out on the moors, close to nature.
Our honeymoon, Mr. Scripps.
Just the sort of clients we welcome at Scripps roaming holidays.
Vernon, that Mr. Morris, he wants to see you again.
What now?
He's stuck. Had to walk 12 miles to telephone us. Sounds a bit upset.
What, the wagon broke down?
Well, the horse has. Swifty's gone on strike. Stopped walking yesterday, hasn't budged since.
They're almost there, Sarge. The post
Quite
office.
aware of it, Ventures. Well?
Money's safely on its way, Sarge.
Sarge?
Excuse me, gentlemen.
I don't understand why they didn't show up.
What's going on? Well, maybe they changed their minds. With Ames dead, us on the trail.
Gina definitely heard Hemmings say it. Him and his mob were planning a robbery to take place today.
Well, if not here, where?
Fast.
What was all that about, Sarge?
Don't ask.
I don't understand it, Sarge.
Well, that makes two of us, Ventures. And Division aren't too happy either. Either we've made a mistake, or we've been well and truly led up the garden path. Back to the drawing board.
Ashfordly Forest Road. Next stop on the right.
Right.
What are these?
Some photos I developed.
Holiday snaps, are they?
Found them in Ames' darkroom.
What?
You should have handed them in.
What's the use of a roll of undeveloped film?
Well, you never know, Tom. You don't muck about with evidence.
Okay. So, I made a mistake.
We can't afford mistakes, not in a case like this.
What's going on here?
Nicholson found these in Ames's darkroom after we searched it.
I jumped the gun, Sarge. I didn't report it. I thought it might speed things up if I had them developed.
The reason why Hemmings and his mob never showed up, it was never the bank or the post office. It was always Ashfordly railway station and the security mail room.
The mail room.
Yes, that's where the used banknotes go from this region before they put on the mail train.
Of course. Why waste time on the proceeds of one bank when you can have the lot?
Well, the raid hasn't happened yet, or we'd have heard.
What time's the last mail delivery to the station?
10 minutes ago.
Right, I've got to act quickly. Nicholson, you stay here at base. Rest of you come with me. Right. Let's go.
What about Division, Sarge?
No time for that. Get on the phone, ask for backup as soon as they can.
Right, Sarge.
Late delivery.
On the floor! On the floor! Down, down, down! Get down on the floor! Stay there! Don't move your muscles! Stay there! Hold it! Hold it! Hold it! Up you go! Go! Stand back!
Control to Sergeant Craddock.
Craddock, yeah?
Just a report, sir. I'm raid on the mail depot. 2 men involved. Their car, a pale green Zephyr, registration number Charlie Lima Alpha 569 Charlie. Last seen heading in the Aidensfield direction.
Calm down, Nicholson. Get onto Division, request roadblocks on all routes out of the area. Over and out. Step on it, Bellamy.
You sent us out with not one, but 2 deranged horses.
Teething troubles.
We demand our money back!
I'm sorry, Mrs. Morris, but according to company policy, all we can offer is some extra free days, courtesy of Scripps Roaming Holidays.
Do you think I am? Some kind of masochist?
Hey, what about all them deposits that you've taken, Mr. Vernon?
No, David, we have to stick to company policy.
You will be hearing from my lawyer. Come on, Diane.
Superstitious, a
No, stop. That was them.
Now remember, they're armed. No moves until they're out of the car.
Speeding, were we?
Get out of the car, please, sir.
What's wrong?
Just a routine vehicle inspection, sir. Right, Fentress, search the car.
What's going on?
It's Mr. Hemmings and Mr. Shannon, isn't it? Did you enjoy your visit to the railway station?
Railway station?
No money, no weapons. Car's clean, Sarge.
Both clean, Sarge.
Won't be able to hold them for long. If they haven't got the money, where is it? Bellamy, get on to Nicholson, will you? Find out exactly how much money was taken in that raid.
Sarge, when Nicholson radioed in, he mentioned a two-man raid, which means the Burtons weren't there. Maybe the plan was to meet up afterwards so the money could change hands.
Yes, of course, the Burtons.
They hired one of Vernon Scripps' gypsy caravans. We thought it was a cover, but perhaps it's part of the plan.
Well, they won't get very far in a horse and cart.
Sarge, I've spoken to Nicholson. He's had Ashfordly Hall on the blower. Head gardener's made a complaint.
Not now, Bellamy.
The complaint was about damage done by a runaway gypsy caravan. The same one used by the Burtons.
Where's the caravan?
Try the kitchen garden. These, please.
To boldly go where no gypsy caravan has ever gone before.
Well, according to Vernon, his horse used to work on Ashfordly's estate. He's developed a bit of a penchant for Lord Ashfordly's vegetables.
Ashfordly police station.
Very intelligent animals, horses. If anyone deserves a reward, it's that horse.
Sarge, it's division.
Sergeant Craddock? Yes, sir, it's all in the bag, along with the money and the weapons. Thank you, sir. Tomorrow? Well, I'll need some time to think about it. Yes, sir, tomorrow it is. Yes, I'll tell them, sir. Thank you, sir. Goodbye, sir. The superintendent has asked me to extend his deep appreciation for your efforts. Add to that, my own. Very well done. I want to apologize for the other night.
No, it was my fault. It was a mistake to come back.
Why did you come? The truth.
The truth? Not really sure. Perhaps the feeling there might still be something here for me.
I don't want a divorce, Penny. I've been offered promotion. Yes, at last. And to a rank beyond that I expected.
I'm pleased for you. You deserve it. I want you to be happy, Raymond.
Yes, I know that now. I also know there's got to be more in my life than a career. I need the woman I love. I need my wife. I've missed you, Penny.
It wouldn't work. We'd end up back where we started.
You don't understand. My career means nothing without you. I took you for granted for years. And since you left, I've lost sight of what it feels like to be happy. You are and always will be the most important thing in my life. This is a chance for a fresh start. A new life. I'm leaving Ashfordly, Penny, and I want you to come with me.
Did you keep up your dancing?
No.
Nor me.